Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. Today we have Aruna's Magic, not Saruna's Magic. I accidentally took this character here. It looked like an S. Or honestly, when I grabbed these names when they're announced, I grabbed them from the Disney website. So maybe I copy and pasted wrong and they had the wrong name. I have no idea. It's a series from Brazil, and it is from 2023. It's one season, so far 6 episodes, and they're all about 33 minutes long each, 33 to 43 or so minutes long each. And from what I could tell, the whole first season is full 6 episodes. I didn't watch them all. I only watched the first one, but the final episode seems very, from the looks of it in the list, seems very season finale-ish from the description. Anyway, this is completely in Portuguese. So if you don't know Portuguese, you're going to have to turn on the subtitles. Yeah, they are not on by default. So they don't put them on right there for you. You got to turn them on. So I do not know Portuguese, and I missed some things when I wasn't looking at the screen the whole time, but I got the gist of it. I understand. It starts out in like 1873 or so. In Brazil, witches are being hunted. Witches are being hunted, and in order to save the world, there's 3 witches that turn themselves into a tree. Yeah, that's what you do. That's what you do. And since I only watched up to the end of the first episode, we jump ahead soon after this to the modern day of 2023, and we meet a young girl, and her name is I guess it's where is she? Man, Mima. Why is she not even close to the top of the list of Jamile Mariano? Her name is Mima. Mima, she seems like a pretty average girl, living in Brazil, has parents, her dad loves to cook, her mom seems kind of important in some way, and she's, I guess she's trying to be a good student. She has a best male friend, as every teenage drama seems to have, regardless of country, but usually an awful lot in South America. It's always like a teenage girl and her best friend's a teenage guy who is sometimes straight. And in this case, I imagine that he might be. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Either way, we get to understand that they're very close friends since they were little kids. And we know that Mima's having some problems, some struggles. She's almost like seizures in a sense, where she sees strange things and her vision gets kind of cloudy. And her parents know about it, but they're not really sure how to deal with it. But also, I was getting the impression, since I didn't see every word of dialogue, I got the impression that this is a world that has a belief still in the modern day in witchcraft and magic and witches. And there's a whole society of sort of an underground society of witch hippies. I don't know. It's a really bad way to describe it. But they basically wear a lot of earth tones and travel nomadically to places, and they get mudwort or some kind of plant that they're not supposed to have that sustains their magical power. The first episode sort of just gives you teases of little bits of things to introduce you to the characters. I should have probably watched more of them, but it was, being that it's in Portuguese, and it didn't just jump out at me right away, the concept. I just didn't get the impression that I was going to watch more of this. And if I did get 2 episodes into it, 1/3 of the way into it, I might have had to finish it. So it's just the way I am. So I kind of just cut it off at 1 episode, and it's well shot. It shows some of the more beautiful sides of Brazil and Rio de Janeiro, and but it's a greater mystery in a world where there's something also going on with the sun and it's all nature and stuff. Like there's talk on the news, at least in one scene, that they might have a way to create light where they won't need the sun at all. Really? I don't know. And they turn on these yellow lights every so often in the classroom in the school Mima goes to. I don't know what that's about. Is that, I don't know if that's a thing that happens for real in Brazil. I don't know. Or is it just a thing for the show? I don't know. And then she's a patroness. I don't know if that's a thing in Brazil or not, but she's sort of like a kind of, not a valedictorian, but a kind of person who is really good at her studies. She gets voted or she gets picked to be one of two, and she's kind of going up against this snotty boy in her class who thinks he's too cool and probably a anti-witch supremacist kind of thing. By the way, there's people all around sneaking around trying to hurt witch people, I think. All I know is that our hero Mima has not even discovered what her true connection to any of these things is. And when the moment that tree starts lighting up at the very end, yeah, I spoiled it. But you knew if they're going to turn into a tree, they're going to not make a tree at some point, because here they are. That's Mima right there, and there's 2 of the 3 witches. So the witches were going to come back. And so, yeah, I don't know what to say about the quality of the show overall, story-wise, because it's a lot of just exposition and world building in the beginning, and to just sort of give you an idea of what's going on. But I don't understand whether certain elements of this I had never seen before, that maybe they're part of the culture, but maybe are not. It's not like an alien culture. Just because they speak Portuguese and live in South America does not mean that it's like a totally, oh my gosh, I don't understand anything. But it's still, I don't understand what the purpose of the lights are. It's a very strange situation. But I'm sure if you kept watching it, all 6 episodes, it would make sense over time. So if you're into these teenage dramas, you know Portuguese, or you want to learn it, this is the show for you. It's not really geared toward me. Teenage dramas set in Brazil where I have to read a lot, it doesn't tend to be my thing or made for me. But it has enough of a supernatural element that it could be interesting, that I could enjoy it. But I have so much other stuff to watch. I'm not going to pick up on this. So if you like it, let me know. Let me know why you like it, and why, if you maybe recommend that I continue watching it if you are a fan of it already. So give it a shot. We are starting our new quarter. It's April 1st, and or it's going to be April 1st. So we get to pick with a brand new list. We're down to, from 393 options, we are down to 323. Yeah. We dropped 70. Now, in the course of 3 months, I reset this list every 3 months. That's 90 days on average, give or take. And so we dropped by 90 and then only added 20, which is the lowest increase we've had in a while. But I also checked to make sure there's no duplicates, and that I don't have anything in the list that does not already, that wasn't something we already watched or isn't on there anymore. I literally searched through every single thing on my list. As of today, I know that each of these things is on Disney+. And I'm watching to prove myself wrong the moment I press this button. 273. 273. What could that be? Oh, we got a short. And it's a classic short from this it's one of the silly symphonies. It might not even involve Mickey or Donald or anybody else. I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow when we kick off April. And it's not a joke, I'm not kidding. We kick off the second quarter of 2024 with The Golden Touch. So yeah, that's what we're watching next. The Golden Touch, a silly symphony animated short on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.